Hello everybody, my name is Dom of X, comicreleases.com associate editor, and today we're going to be doing the overview of all of the September 2025 solicitations. There are some goodies in here and also a couple of surprises and one omission that I will tell you to not fear. Let's go ahead and keep this running. The first and most interesting book, I think, towards all of you folks, and probably why you have clicked on this video, is to see the brand new Batman run by Matt Fraction. Yes, the Matt Fraction that brought us Hawkeye with David Aja, Fear Itself, Thor, and Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen as part of the Bendis Leviathan era line of comics, with Jorge Jimenez making a run for Jim Aparo on his money on how long he's been on Batman art. This is $4.99 at 40 pages. However, the variants include a cardstock, a foil, a special blind bag edition, along with a showcase variant. That special blind bag edition will be a random member of the Bat family in your book. Think of it like the Battle Beasts pull draw, if you want to call it that, a Madden card opening. Or you can get the showcase variant, which is $24.99 by Archer. I will probably be getting the showcase variant. Here is a look at all the covers. The main one by Jorge Jimenez. The next one by the legendary Frank Quitely. The next one is by Gabriel Del Otto. And then you have one by Julian Totino Tedesco. Next up is a variant from Mark Silvestri, which is very interesting to see. Next, we do have one from Andy Kubert, which is a 1 in 25. David Aja with a 1 in 50. And then the showcase variant, like I mentioned earlier, this is the one I'm going to be getting because I am a freaky-yak. So, Batman #1, are you ready for it? I am. And this is, yes, it's a relaunch as we race towards the 1000th issue of Batman. Red Hood is also getting a brand new series with Gretchen Felker Martin and Jeff Spokes. Jeff Spokes most recently on the Tom King Jenny Sparks Black Label book featuring that prominent Authority member. Jason Todd is going to be teaming up with Helena Bertolini, and along with this, you got a brand new costume, you got a brand new bike, and what is going to be in store for the Bat Family duo. This is $4.99, 32 pages, also coming out on the 10th of September, so big week for Bat Family, folks. Here's a look at the regular cover in from Jeff Spokes, and a look at the variants. This is one by Jay Lee and Jun Chung. Next is one by Kyu Young Eom and then Nick Robles on the variant cover for the 1 in 50. Court Children of the Round Table by Tom Taylor and Danielle Di Nicciuolo. I cannot say Danielle's last name, but this is the same team that brought us Seven Secrets, and with this is an all-ages book that features a little bit of a Runaways vibe. You have young Fell, Connor, and a couple of friends joining in, and honestly, with very cute art. I think this can be, if it is given the right leeway, space, and time, a very good book from these two who have done a really good job on Seven Secrets at Boom Studios. Here is a look at the regular cover by Daniel Di Nicciuolo, and then here is a look at the variant cover for this as well. This is by La Fuente. Another surprise. This is by Dan Jurgens and Mike Perkins. Dan Jurgens, most recently on, well, everything Superman, is going to be teaming up with Mike Perkins again, who brought us the Batman First Night, and that was in this Golden Age. This is a Black Label title, and just like that, the sequel will also be a Black Label title with the same magazine look and size and format. Although what I do find interesting is that the variant covers are $1 more, at least for this one. At least that is what is listed on here, so be on the lookout for that. This is coming out on the 17th of September, so if you're interested or you want to read the sequel towards this Golden Age Batman book, you can definitely check this out. Here is a look at the main cover by none other than Mike Perkins. And then here is a look at some of the variant covers as well. Got Mark Aspinall, Fabrizio, and then Jorge Fornes on the last variant cover. And the last new #1 is DC Satanic Panic. I really like the alliteration and the rhyming on this as well. Daniel Warren Johnson and Riley Rospo, along with a whole host of other creators, bring us some creepy tales. After all, this is near Halloween season, and we are already in the first week of October for this. So if you are into anthology series or one-shots, this is going to be one for you. Here's a look at the main cover by Lee Bermejo, and then Sean Ryko, for the variant cover. Apologies if I butchered the name. And then Daniel Warren Johnson for the last variant. All right, the Absolute Universe kicks off with the 12th issue of Absolute Batman, which has just been pulling off every single correct cylinder, in my opinion. Coming in on the 10th of September. Man, that is a good week for a Bat family. You got Nick Dragotta back on art. Dennis Cowan is supplying the variant cover, along with one from Stevan Subic, which is a 1 in 25. There is no main cover as of yet, or that is to be revealed, so be on the lookout for it in the future. DC has been putting some of these WIP books out, and what these WIP books are they are blown up versions of the books, so think very much in the magazine size format that, or treasury size format, I should say, that Marvel has been doing. DC has also been doing some of these. They most recently did it with issue 158 of Batman, which is the start of H2SH by Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb, and now they are doing one for Absolute Batman. Frank Quitely and Grant Morrison's All-Star Superman #1 will be getting one soon. So this is all in black and white with the originals. I think it's a really nice way to show the art, and I hope that they include this material in a possible omnibus of Absolute Batman someday. Absolute Superman sees Ra's al Ghul, as of course, if you are not following the book, I would suggest you should look into it, as they have been riling up with this for the last couple of months now. This is the main cover for Absolute Superman. That was all that was supplied to us. Absolute Wonder Woman sees Diana with an unwelcome ally, and who might that one in the shrouds be? This is the main cover by Hayden Sherman, and here's a look at the variant covers. Mirka Andolfo with this one, Mateus Manhanini, or sorry, this is Yasmin Putri on this one, and then Mateus Manhanini on the final cover. Absolute Green Lantern issue number 6 sees Joe Mullane and Hal Jordan facing judgment, but what will the verdict on that judgment be? Here is a look at the main cover by Janoy Lindsay. Next up is a cover by Mike Del Mundo, which is cool to see Mike doing some DC work. And then Nicholas, actually no, this is Juliet Neca on the 1 in 50. And then Absolute Flash has Travis Moore filling in for Nick Robles on issue number 7. And this is a food, hot water, and the storm is coming with the rope. This is the main cover for Flash number, or for Absolute Flash number 7, I should say. And then In-Hyuk Lee with this variant cover. And yes, you are wondering, Absolute Martian Manhunter is not in this round of solicits. But please look to the future for this book, as you know, it is not canceled. They would never do something like that to us. All right, the Summer of Superman kicks off with a continuation from where we left off with the DC All-In Saga issue number 1, or that one shot, I should say, with Dan Mora continuing on the Superman and Booster Gold revelations for this version of the revamped Legion of Superheroes. Here is a look at the main cover by Dan Mora, and that is a grueling one, if I may say so myself. Next, we do have a David Aja variant, the great use of negative space as always. Next up, we have one, I believe this is by, if my calculations are correct, by Claudio. I think that's how you say his name. Next, we do have one by Ariel Olivetti. And then last, well, but not least, is a pumpkin spicy cover by Tom Riley. The Adventures of Superman Book of L number 1 is also coming out. This was previously solicited in April, but they did take it out of the catalog and pushed it a little bit further down the line because of the Summer of Superman events. And now we're getting Philip Kennedy Johnson and Scott Godlewski finishing off their Superman run respectively. This is also going to table end some of the threads that were set up in the pages of Future State and what would have been 5G for DC, but nonetheless, here we are. Here is a look at the main cover by Scott Godlewski. Next is a variant cover by Riccardo Federici. And I really want those two to finish up, last God. More so, here is Dan Mora on another variant cover. Here is one by, that is Raza. And then another incentive variant shown here by T. Cave. Actually, no, that is Marguerite Savage. So there you go. There is a look at the variants. Superman Unlimited number 5 sees Dan Slott and Raphael Albuquerque starting off what will be the first of a multi-parter set of their run in Superman Unlimited when the Kryptonite Kingdom faces an attack by the Cobra Cult. I love that facet of the late 80s, early 90s. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is a look at the regular cover by Raphael Albuquerque. A Superman saving a cat from a tree variant by Matteo Lolli. Next is one by Mark Spears. It wouldn't be another Superman day without Dan Mora, man. I don't know how he does it. And then last but not least, we do have one in a 25 by Declan Shalvey. Mark Waid also continuing his Action Comics run with Skylar Patridge as the long-forgotten hero. Somehow from the past returns. Here is a look at Superman being hidden in the clouds, or being hidden by somebody in the trapped form of this man's body by Ryan Sook, which is the main cover. Here is a variant cover by Ricardo Lopez and Gerard Peral. So those two, actually this is one by Skylar Patridge. So this is going to be issue 1090 of Action Comics. Supergirl number 5. This time Rosie Camp and Paulina Ganuccio are going to fill in for this specific issue. So what is going to happen with the Super Pets when Kara is called away to solve some problems in Metropolis? Here is a look at the main cover by Sophie Campbell, once again, who is writing this series as well. Art Germ's second to last cover, and the cover that I will be picking up. Next, we do have a cover in by Chris. Actually, no, this is a pumpkin spicy cover by Chuma Hill. Chrissy Zulo with the Super Pet Streaky. And then last but not least, we do have a 1 in 25 by Adriano Mello. Crypto, the Last Dog of Krypton by Ryan North and Mike Norton, as this series continues with the Stray friend, now made by Crypto, traveling across America. Here is a look at the main cover. Here is a look at the variant cover by Carl Keschel. All right, the Justice League Office is next, and Tom King's Wonder Woman hits issue number 25 with Jorge Fornes, who worked on with him on Danger Streets, is filling in as well. So who is going to find the lost Etta Candy? We will find out in this issue of Wonder Woman. Here's a look at the main cover by the amazing and an always spectacular Daniel Sampere. David Nakayama, I should say, sorry. We also have a foil cover from him as well. And next up, we do have a couple of other variants by Omare. Next in is one by, I am actually very surprised by this. This is a cover by Greg Smallwood, and then a painted cover by Tran Nguyen, and that is that. Mark Spears getting a cover like there as well. All right, the Trinity, I should say, the Daughter of Wonder Woman by Belen Ortega this time. You want a Corgi adventure? This is the Corgi you're going to get, with a flashback to the pre-issue 50 Batman run of Tom King's. Here is a look at the main cover by Belen Ortega. Well, that's kind of cute. And next up, we do have one from Mikhail Yanin, and then this is one by Mikhail Yanin. This is the cover by Derek Chu. I didn't know that Derek could. This is the 1 in 25 by Karen S. Darbo. All right, Justice League Unlimited issue number 11 sees the villain stronghold nation of Zondia are quick to spread Count Vertigo's neighboring kingdom of Vlatava. So you have a couple of different quarreling nations in this specific round of Justice League Unlimited. Here is a look at the main cover by Dan Mora. Here is a look at the Kevin Wada variant featuring Martian or Manhunter John Jones. Next is one by Nathan Zazerti with Question and Power Girl. And then last but not least is a 1 in 25 by Scott Collins. We'd like to see Scott Collins and Mark Waid work again on something. All right, Cheetah and Cheshire Rob, the Justice League issue number 2 by Greg Rucka and Nicholas Scott, continuing the 6-issue series that they have here. This is a look at the main cover by Nicholas Scott, Gilliam March with a variant, and Gerard Perel on another variant as well. All right, Justice League issue, or Dread issue number 2 with Saladin Ahmed and Clayton Henry. Still a very, very surprise and big title with Power Girl and Red Tornado leading the team. So you got Victor Stone, aka Cyborg, also here as well. Main cover, here's a look at the Jorge Fornes variant, and then Mark Spears on the last one. Black Adam, there you go. The Titans featured in issue number 27 with Max Raynor continuing on in the art. This time the Doom Patrol are settling in, and this is the Doom Patrol, or the Unstoppable Doom Patrol that we had in set continuity as by the dawn of DC standards. This is a look at the main cover. This is a look at the Chris Burnham variant. This is a tease maybe that the Doom Patrol will come back. It would be cool to see Michael Allred, and then that is none other than John Boy Myers. I've recognized that. I recognize that Teen Titans Rebirth Starfire costume anywhere. The Flash, issue number 25 by Cy Spurrier and Vasco Georgiev. This is now the finale of Bad Moon Rising, with Earth plunging into total darkness. What will happen? Here is a look at the main cover by David Pattore. This is the variant cover by Tom Riley, and then Mark Spears. Mark Spears got a lot of these card type of variants this month. Green Arrow number 28 by Chris Condon and Montos. We got Arsenal and Cheshire Cat patrolling the skyline above, while Green Arrow uncovers a dark conspiracy running through the Star City's underground. And here is the main cover by Torin Clark, and then here is the variant cover by Brian Level. Yes, Ron V's New Gods. I don't have anything bad to say about this title. Here is Pipar and Evan Cagle going to join together on the interiors. But before I get into that, and also Maxwell Lord also thrown into the mix. This is a look at the main cover by Nimit Malavia. Here's the solicit if you guys want to read it. Here's a look at the variant cover by Yasmin Putri, and the last one by Ian Bertram. And a two-parter in with Green Lantern Corps issue number 8. This is part 4 of the Starbreaker Supremacy. Here's a look at the main cover by V. Ken Marion. A variant cover by, I believe that is not Natasha Bustos. That is Travis Mercer, if I ever seen it. And then the 1 in 25 variant by Natasha Bustos, who is one of the co-creators of Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. And then Green Lantern issue number 27 by Jeremy Adams continues the crossover between both titles, as if that wasn't already going to happen. This is the main cover by V. Ken Marion. This is a look at the variant, one of the variant covers by Aaron Bartling. You have Sean Isaacs, and then Marquez and J Bone on the 1 in 25. Aquaman issue number 9 sees Aquaman returning to Earth with completely brand new powers. So what are those powers, and how is that going to be implemented for the rest of the book? Here is the return of one of the deadliest villains as well to the Aquaman mythos, with the main cover by John Timms. We will have Layrix in on the variant, Lucio Perillo on another variant, and then Donna Gio on another variant. JSA number 11 with the continuing storyline of the ISA and the JSA against each other. We only have the Jorge Corona variant in at the moment of this recording. Mr. Terrific Year 1 is also continuing. This is issue 5 of the opening act to the terrific career of none other than Mr. Michael Holt. This is a look at the main cover by Edwin Gallman, and here is a look at a variant cover by Ken Lashley that is unfinished. We also see 2 series that are going to be concluding, the first one of which is Fire and Ice When Hell Freezes Over, issue number 6, which is the last issue of the series, like I said, and New History of the DC Universe, Number 4 by Mark Waid, this time joined by Tony S. Daniel. Hayden Sherman, who has just been everywhere. I mean, I cannot give any bigger a sense of appreciation for their arts and their work. So that is that. Here is a look at the main cover by Chris Somney. John Kent, drawn by Dan Mora. And man, this is definitely going to give some memories to a lot of folks who see this. And then, of course, Jenny Frisson on one of the variants. All right, let's look at the Batman books just for a tiny bit. You got issue 1101 of Detective Comics. It still feels weird to say. You got Mikkel Yannon and Tom Taylor continuing on with the Cowardly Lot arc. This is the main cover for the book. That's a pretty nice looking cover, if I do say so myself. Gabriel Dell'Otto in on one of the variants, and then you also, well, this is Gabriel Dell'Otto, I should say. This is Stephanie Hans, and then Frank Cho drawing Batman. I do like it when Frank Cho draws, man. I gotta say. Next up, we got Nightwing issue 130 with Dexter Soy thrusting Nightwing into the unlikely role of mentor. So what is going to be the mentorship of Nightwing? This is a look at the regular cover by Dexter Soy. And here is a Nightwing going down the stairs. More choking in from Jorge Fornes. So yeah, this is a look at the Ethan Young variant cover. And then Kevin Wada doing Pumpkin Spicy. All right, next up we do have Batgirl issue number 11, Tate Bromble and Takeshi Miyazawa, David Talaski on the main cover. And this is the action-packed conclusions to the Three Swords arc, for those wondering. Catwoman issue number 17. I almost said Catman. This is Selena Hunt on for her mother. Who knows? Here is a look at the regular cover by Sebastian Fiumara. Variant cover by Frank Cho. Variant cover by Dan Panosian. And then Kathy Kwan in on the 1 in 25. All right, they answered my prayers. We finally got Leo Romero back on the cover for Birds of Prey, but it's not the main. But what can I say? It has been a great ride. This is going to continue the Shadow Army, or the after effects of the fight against the Shadow Army. And you also have a brand new game called The Unreality. So what is that going to involve with our ferocious avian predators? This is the main cover by Annie Wu. Who is on that cover? We shall see. Here's a look at the variant cover with every single one of the main core members all thrusted in here. And then last but not least is the variant cover by Greg Land. Greg Land picturing in, man, it looks a lot like his 2000s covers, if I do say so myself. All right, Poison Ivy issue 36 continues the G. Willow Wilson and Marcio Takara. Oh my goodness, you got a New Day in Seattle, and I cannot believe this is on issue 36, which is so awesome. Here is a look at the main cover by Jessica Fong. And then next is a look at the variants. You got Kyo, I cannot say these names, Kyo Young Yum, Nubovich, and Manny Carbonia. And I want to bring it to this last book. You can obviously check these out at comicreleases.com. We do have issue 2 of Immortal Legend Batman by Kyle Higgins and Matt Groom with Erica D'Urso and Dan Mora in on interiors. Dan Mora on 3 books. That's crazy. This is a look at the main cover by Dan Mora. Here is a look at the variant by Serge Acuna. And then last but not least, Michael Cho.
If you haven't yet, check out our website, comicreleases.com, my and Webhead's love letter to comics, a hotspot where you can finally figure out what's coming out, when, from what place. Our unique upcoming website tracker in the Collected Editions tab makes sure that you're on top of every single collected edition coming out on the market with release date updates to the minute, from the tiniest graphic novels to the giant Generator Deluxe hardcovers as large as an absolute. Our unique spreadsheet not only gives out the most accurate information out there, but our format also filters and ensure that you can find your books as quickly as possible. The tracker also gives out links to domestic and international retailers so that you can purchase your comic books at the snap of a finger. We are also proud to host monthly solicitations as per given by the publishers that generously send us information to give to you all. From the Ultimate Universe to the creator-loved Oceans and Universes, We specialize in giving you the most readable format of solicitations without any of the annoying advertisements. If you also donate to our Patreon at just $2 a month, which is less than a coffee at Starbucks, you will receive access to a special watch list dedicated to individually tracking items that are on your wish list, past or present. Place in your tracking number and make sure that these books also not only come in safe, you can even put in special comments on these as well. On top of that, your name will also show up at the end of every single Dom of X video creates as a huge thank you. That is comicreleases.com. For more information, check this out down in the description. If you also want to contact me or Webhead, check the contact forms down in the description or email me down in the description.
And that is going to be it for me. Let me know down in the comments section if you are excited for any of the brand new titles. I know that I am definitely going to be picking up the brand new Batman when it comes in stores. Please do not come at me for buying the 1 in 25. But I'm very excited for all of these books, and you should be. Let me know in the comments section if you want me to. I need to actually do my duty and record the videos I have been telling you guys I will record. So hopefully those reviews will be coming out soon. But that is it for me. I'm Dom of X. You be you. Take care. Dominate the day wherever you go.